Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Press Play Lifestyle Inspired podcast. We do interviews with people like Miss Lizzy here on topics to help our listeners find the resources, tools, and support they need to be their best self. So, hi, Lizzy.
Hi, Jackie. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
You're welcome. I'm so super excited to have you on today. I met you online. We're in a couple of similar groups supporting other women like ourselves. And I ran across something about you on your webpage, and I know it may be a weird way to start an interview, but you explicitly call out your core values as honesty, love, and resourcefulness. I'm wondering if you might share with us a little bit about those values for you and why they were so important that you like share them even in your marketing materials.
Sure, I would love to. So a big part of who I am, and a lot of people who are close to me can tell that I'm a very heart-centered person. Not only does it keep me grounded in my mission and help me stay inspired, but it kind of goes back to the core of who I am. When I first started getting interested in marketing online and the whole advertising space online, the best job I ever had, before this job, of course, before I'm working for myself, kind of helped. It was one of their points in getting their people to really lock into what they wanted to do and help them achieve their goals. Um, so honesty is definitely my first one, and that's my biggest one. That's what I help other people with as well. Love, because I wouldn't be where I am today without um, loving myself. Of course, the love of the people around me as well, and then resourcefulness. And just to kind of elaborate on resourcefulness a little bit, obviously we know what resources are. They're the things around us, and then the adjective of being resourceful is looking at our environment in the best way possible. How can this benefit me? And what can I do going forward with what I have in my life? So as I said to Jackie when we were kind of preparing for this today before I was we were live, I said that I got so much clarity just from preparing for this message. So kind of just being present with myself, honesty, believing in myself, love, and that's kind of where the resourcefulness comes in. So the best job I ever had, the manager there, or managers, I should say, they were the first people in my life who really encouraged me to be myself, because they knew that I would get farther believing in myself than I would trying to be somebody else or trying to act a certain way to get where I wanted to go. So that company was Vector Marketing. So I just had to say it because,
Plug to Vector. Yay, Vector Marketing.
of course.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. If you don't mind me asking, it kind of came up when you were talking. You said those values keep you grounded in your mission. What's your mission?
Sure, Jackie. So first, I'd like to just mention that people listening who don't have their 3 core values, that's definitely like the first step that I would encourage if they want to start a new venture, just to kind of gain some clarity there. So can you repeat the question, Jackie?
Sure. You said you're very heart-centered, and then these core values of honesty, love, and resourcefulness helped you be grounded in your mission. So what is your mission for your current endeavor?
Sure. So my goal is to work with folks, specifically, women who tend to pour out of their cup day in and day out, whether it be with their family, their work, thinking that one day their cup is just magically going to get full again. I kind of help them get honest with what it is that they really want out of their lives, and not so much what other people tell them that they want, so that they can love who's looking back in the mirror and what's best for them simply comes to them as a result of having the courage to put themselves first. And, that's kind of an extension of what those amazing managers kind of encouraged in me when I was first getting started. And when I first um, started really coming out of my shell and discovering that, I actually have a lot of things to say. It's really funny. I used to be really shy in high school. And so when I was a freshman, and I talk about this actually in my book that's coming out next month, Improvement Ethics. So the key was in high school, which I'll just throw this out there. I'm only 23, so to be talking about high school, it wasn't that long ago. I think this year was my 5-year reunion of graduating. So, but I graduated from elementary school from a really small school of 5. And then so going into high school, it was kind of like, this culture shock where I didn't know anybody. So I had to really like decide if I just wanted to be like introverted or if I wanted to actually, have a memorable experience those 4 years. So when I was a freshman, actually, I had a couple friends who were seniors, and I just I'm like such a people watcher sometimes too. I don't know if you can identify with that too, but
For sure.
um I definitely still have that side to myself, but it definitely has its benefits of being able to just identify my friends in the senior class who, like, typically seniors in high school, they're kind of like more rowdy and they have the senioritis where they kind of check out and, um, they're just all about like having fun and enjoying those last few responsibility free days. But I definitely noticed my one friend who was shy, and I kind of just had like an aha moment. And I was like, if I continue on the path that I am, being afraid to go out on a limb and share who I am with others, that, senior year, I'm going to be in the same place. So I did the hard things that I needed to do, which again, I elaborate in my book that's coming out. And um, it's I never looked back, so I kind of get that going into that marketing and advertising company. That was like another level up for me, and then I was surrounded by people who encouraged me to believe in myself and do the hard things that needed to be done to get me where I wanted to go. So
Yeah, and that's lovely. I went on. So there's the book is releasing, I believe, right, March 3rd, and
March 3rd, absolutely. I'm so excited. It's actually my half birthday.
your half birthday. How cool! I will
Yes.
be. We're gonna actually change our normal podcasting day just so we can release your podcast on the exact day that your book comes out. Because why wouldn't we? That's super fun.
Right? I can't wait to share it,
I'm
Jackie.
excited. So, but the book is called, it's a series, right? There's the Improvement Ethics series, and is it called As Attention Goes?
Right. That's the first book that's coming out. And in this book, I kind of go through the process of discovering my voice and letting myself shine through the hardships and, kind of giving the readers an inside look into, because I feel like women don't always, there's not a lot of women sharing that story about being shy and then overcoming um, that mindset. Because really, it's just, I mean, there's action that's involved with it, of course, but it's just a really big mindset shift that I kind of picked up over time. So I'm really excited for people to kind of read that story and maybe find some inspiration to go through it themselves.
Yeah, I love that. And so you seem to be quite a prolific writer. I also was on your blog like today, I think. You had written a post as early as yesterday. And it looks like you're really talking a lot about different mindset shifts and different awarenesses that you're that are unfolding for you in both your blog as well as your book. Is that sort of kind of you're sharing that experience of, overcoming
Yeah,
shyness with different mediums?
absolutely. So, as much as I am an all for education and especially self education, so I remember a huge shift that took place for me, actually, when I started college, was understanding how impactful my emotions are and being able to process those emotions healthily. Um, so the emotions are, I feel like, are directly related to our mindset. Um, so that the most recent post that you read about, Jackie, was I don't want to say it was an argument with my partner, but I guess I could say a disagreement. So we don't really like to admit that we argue with our significant others, right? So it was a little disagreement, but he has his own emotions that he has to deal with personally, and I've come to understand that no matter how much I love him and all that jazz, he still has to work through those on his own. So, um, and so I took his disagreements kind of to heart, and it was bugging me like the whole morning. So I was sitting in the office going through emails, and it was still bugging me. So I opened up my laptop and I just started typing away. That's kind of writing is, it really just helps me. And Coach Ashley in the mindful group kind of helps, how we know each other too, kind of helps people go through this. It really just helped me make an epic shift, learning about my emotions. And if you dissect the word, and emotion is just energy and motion. So learning how we process our own emotions, and I feel like it's so beneficial, and it's helped me in numerous ways.
Yeah, I love Coach Ashley. She's fantastic.
I love her work too, yeah. Did
Yeah,
you do the mindset visibility?
I
She's doing all these visibility
I did.
challenges.
I won. That
Oh,
was
you won!
me. I was the winner.
That's
Yay.
awesome.
I was like, oh, I'm a winner. Yeah. That was it was, I don't even remember what it was. Oh, it was about the idea that visibility isn't always just whether or not you show up like on a video, but it could be whether or not you ask for an investment that someone is going to make in themselves, or if you, whether, and so that was that perspective for me. I'm not shy at all. Like I'm the opposite of shy, but I still have visibility struggles myself, right? I
Right.
give a lot of value, I help a lot of people, but when it comes to saying, well, will you pay me for that help? That's where I have a bit of I'm more nervousness, about like making that ask. And so visibility or invisibility can kind of show up in different ways.
That's so incredible. Yeah, I can definitely relate to that too. When I was working at the marketing company, people were so invested in the work, and it kind of seemed like they were taking their work home with them. And I didn't exactly understand that business and life can work together. Like, it doesn't have to be like, okay, I go home and I go to the office and I'm two completely different people.
Yeah. Actually, my personal specialty is I help career-driven women who are looking for success with balance. So we talk about work-life balance. I don't actually believe in work-life balance in that it's 50.
Mhm.
I talk more about integration, where you are who you are wherever you are. And just having a, actually we have a very similar platform, having a solid set of values that you
Mhm.
can use to make decisions upon can really help you decide whether or not you should be showing up at home or at work at that moment, which part of you needs to be hyper focused in that area. So it's interesting.
Absolutely. And I think especially as a woman too, there's some insights that we have to offer that, men can't, and that's just the way it is. But I'm very lucky to be, in this skin that I am, and I feel like you are too. So that's
Yeah,
awesome. Congratulations.
thank you. Yes, I feel blessed. I definitely have a lot of wonderful things in my life. So overcoming shyness is talked about in I got notes here. So improve ethics series, as attention goes, is the first one. When have you started writing the next book yet?
I have, and
Ooh.
it's also a topic that's very close to my heart too. So I'll just leave it at that. But that will definitely be coming out maybe on my birthday. I kind of like the
Ooh, half
three
birthday. Ooh, I'll have to keep in touch. Maybe we
on
could
my
do another
birthday.
podcast for your next book release.
That would be awesome, Jackie. I'd love it.
I would love it too. Well, we're running up on our time now today, Lizzy. I wonder, do you have any like last minute advice to give to the viewers that you'd like to share?
Yeah, actually, there's something that's kind of been sitting with me. I was listening to the Unsinkable conference this past Saturday with Sonia Ricotta. Bob Proctor was on there, John Assaraf, and Lisa. I can't remember her last name off the top of my head, but Sonia was kind of the moderator, and her whole platform is helping people get unstuck and create big shifts in their life. And she asked Lisa, what her
Is it Lisa Nichols?
it could be. She's like a speaker and a four-time bestseller author as well. And so she was asked simply like what her advice would be if somebody was stuck and they didn't know what to do. And so I kind of wanted to give my take on that as far as I think and what would help me and what helps what I advise people is to kind of get back into the heart, get out of the mind. And then once we do that, we're able to actually serve from a place of abundance and serve from a place of purpose. So once we take out all the bells and whistles, however confusing that may sound, and we just think, how can I help other people? And just think of one or two things, however small, that I can do to make an impact on somebody else. Because at the end of the day, that's really what fills us. So
I
my
love that. That's a great way to
awesome.
end. So thank you so much. I know you're very busy with all your writing and you have so much going on. I really appreciate you taking the time with us today. So hopefully we get to see you again soon. And
Of
congratulations on
course.
the book coming out. It's so exciting.
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you for having me. This was great.
Bye.
We'll see you again.